Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. It has been a new minute. Sorry, it's stuttering already. See, it's a new year. I'm excited. I'm already stuttering over my words. My name is Turner Cavender,
Good morning. It's Travis Hitt.
and we're here to do the next podcast for you for the new year. It is 2024, and we want to talk about, the new year of your new goals. Also rewinding, talking about where we went last year, where we didn't make it to, what we can do to improve it, and then also talk to you about the trends that are going to be upcoming here in the 2024 year in the DFW market. First, we kind of want to just start off with some banter, but as always, we'd like for you to share this with your friends. So if you're watching this and you get any kind of lessons or any kind of little golden nuggets to place into your life and to really make a difference in your life, whether it's your personal life or your real estate journey, please share it, because we don't do any ads on this podcast right now, and this is the best way for us to get bigger and get more people's eyes and ears on the podcast. So please give it to share, a like, or even a little comment. Tell us for suck or for good. Let us know. But all right, enough of that crap. Let's talk about 2023, what we did last year, moving into the new year. I know every single year, Travis, running the Hitt group, always has our group set up our goals, where our milestones, our action steps of how we're going to get to those goals. And then at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, we talk about where we could have done better and how we can make our goals better. So
Can always be better.
I've already talked too much in the podcast. What do you want to talk about? Some of the goals that you had, where let's rewind where you think you could have done better. Go for it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We always setting goals. If you're not setting goals, you're dying. Whether we hit them or not, that's not the point. Ultimately, you want to hit them, but as long as you set something, a milestone, we have something to strive for. And we did very, very well this last year, even with the down market. Surprisingly, my goal was 50 million as a team collectively, and we did just under 50 million. We did just right over 47 million as a team, which is awesome, especially in the market that we have. So this year, my goal for the team is 75 million. So Turner, buckle up, lace up those boots and let's go.
Yeah.
75 million is going to be our team goal this year, with a total of 100 transactions. So if you want to break that down, do that math. It's going to be each one of us is going to do our part. Doesn't matter whether one of the guys is brand new or more seasoned. Everybody has a role. Everybody can do their part. And the part is doing your best. As long as Turner and all the other guys on the team, we do have a lady now, so the guys and girl, as long as everybody's putting their best foot forward, working hard, communicating, and servicing people the right way. Honestly, if we don't hit a goal, that's okay, as long as we're working hard and we're doing the right things.
Correct. Yeah. So, I thought we were doing really, really well. We also have very good leadership. So thank you, Travis, for helping all of his teammates. But it also comes down to, personal, each one of these agents, or, even if you're watching this and you're not an agent, right? Because this is for the agent, this aspiring agent, the current agent, the veteran agents, or people that are just looking for, some help in their journey in real estate, whether you're a client and you're on the market and you have an agent, one of us or someone else. We do this. This is personal stuff too. So we're going to talk about some personal stuff. So I did good on my business, goals last year, 2023. But the only thing that I lacked on, and I like to admit that my wrongdoing or when I can do better, so everyone can relate, because we all come short sometimes in life, but you shoot for the stars and you hit the moon, right? We've all heard those sayings. Personally, I wish that I could develop more friends. Also, there was a bad season in my life last year, and I wanted to really make more impact in my life. And I spent too much time dwelling and crying about what I had going in my life, when really I could have had more friends around me and stuff like that. So next year, I'm really going to say, if something goes wrong, I'm going to really just tighten up and go towards my friends more, be around my friends more, and just make more personal relationships, because I believe wholehearted in my life while I was put on this planet was to be around people and to spread more positivity, whether it's on this podcast or face to face. That's just why I feel like I'm on planet Earth and I didn't do what I was supposed to do last year. And so I need to hit myself a
You,
little
you
bit.
can't you can't be the tallest building without the strongest foundation.
That's right. That's right, man. And so let's kind of jump into why goal setting. That was one of my biggest things I've always done before I was in real estate industry. I was in the fitness industry, and I had to really do it every single year with trainers. The trainers were agents, or my clients were really trying to make a big impact on their fitness and wealth and well-being, and setting a macro goal and a micro goal. So, okay, the macro goal is like, say, I want to lose 50 pounds this year, right? Well, what's those macro goals? Okay, so I need to do these consistent things every single day, whether it be getting up and doing exercise or eating these certain things each day. Because if you don't do your micro goals, you're never going to get to the macro, the big one. Okay, so the same thing in business. Okay, I need to wake up. I need to do my thing, my own personal workout in the day, right? So I can be motivated and have energy to focus on paper and computers all day long, and to have meaningful dates with your wife or girlfriend, so you can stay focused at work and your relationship's not going to crap and your career going up, but your relationship's going down. So you make all these micro goals to reach that macro goal. Okay, and I think that personal and business, they intertwine. They always do. If you don't have a wrecked foundation at home, your career is probably going to fall apart in some way, shape, or form. So I think personal goals and business goals are very important to set when you're setting your goals. I know it might be a couple weeks past, but it's never too late to set your goals and write them down. Another thing,
Hey, 1 week past is better than 2 weeks past.
That's right.
Don't let it get to 2 and 3 and 4.
If you're one of those people that are tactile learners, I know that Travis is, and I know I am. If you don't write them down, you're just dreaming. You're not actually going to hit goal. What's the saying? You're dying for not. What was the thing you said in a minute? The beginning.
You're not setting goals, you're dying.
Exactly. I can't remember. Yeah. Not as witty right now. I know there's another setting, but let's talk about.
But real quick, I love that you're being raw and real and admitting your faults. I'll admit, Turner has been a huge emphasis on my life when it comes to goal setting. Really two things: goal setting and calendar planning. He's really good at both of them. His calendar looks like a rainbow. But this is one of the first years I have set goals semi-detailed for the past couple of years. And I'm going on my 12th year in real estate, and I could admit that I was not a big goal setter for the first few years, really. I didn't have a big mentor that was helping me do that. So I was kind of just flying off the cuff. And I would set a goal, and then I'd set little stepping stones. But I learned that was really because I just wasn't good at setting goals and breaking them down. And so I was using an excuse that, I don't set real detailed goals. I just do stepping stones to get to a big goal. This year, Turner has helped me, and then I have a phenomenal business coach as well. That's the first year that I have really set my big goals and then truly broken them down. So my business coach made me break them down into what I call my stepping stones, but then he made me break those down as well. So it was really cool and different to be able to lay that out in a different manner, to see on a daily basis and a weekly basis, what do I need to do to hit that major goal? So that was a big fault of mine in the past years that I clearly see now, just by doing it this year, that I wasn't doing it right. So if you're not setting your goals, one, you should be setting goals, but two, if you're not truly breaking those down all the way down to what you need to be doing on a weekly and daily basis, you can struggle to hit that goal. If you're anything like I am, like Turner is, very analytical, you have to see things to really learn it. It will truly help your brain be able to facilitate the actions needed to get to those goals.
Yeah, so it's like the same thing with, like, if you want to hit that end of the year goal, we all need due dates. It's just like when we were in grade school. Your teacher's going to ask you to turn in an assignment. So you have an assignment every single month, every single I like to do 3-month increments of 90 days.
Yeah.
And then I have a due date every 90 days. I have to be hitting these milestones so I can get to the macro goal, right? So if I want to hit
Yeah.
the producing, I have to produce these 3 months. And okay, and then after those, if I hit those 3 months, all right, did I hit the goals? If not, I need to go even faster, be better next 3 months, so I can hit the goal at the end of the year. I always like to say due dates, just like we did in grade school, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So we sat down, we made some good goals. We're gonna hit it, and we believe that you can do the same thing if you follow the same structure. I will put down in the link down below some ideas of in the comments of how to structure your goal setting. It'll be a very small paragraph. I'll put in the show description so you can use them. I'm very visual, so I know we're just talking, so I will just write it down for you in the comments. But let's talk about the predictions for 2024 in the real estate market, DFW. Now we both, Travis and I, have both seen it heat up a little bit. Travis will explain in just a second. He's talked to some preferred lenders that we have. He has seen more pre-approvals come in than he has seen in the past. Let's talk about that. You talked to a preferred lender that you have partnership. Let's hear what you just said before the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And whenever I give stats on here, I don't ever church anything up to make it sound better. If something's not good, something's not good. Let's make it better. So I just want everybody to know that when I say things, it's not a sales tactic. It's not to try to get people to jump on board with my thought process. We really want to put out real data here and real information, good or bad.
Yeah.
What I've seen already got me excited because obviously last year was not the greatest year in real estate. Thankfully, I am blessed. A lot of the realtors I know are blessed to have business and stay afloat and do well and help people. But a lot of people struggled. I know many agents, I know many lenders that got second jobs that had to leave the industry. So 2023 was a rocky year when it comes to the real estate profession. So it got me excited. The last week of in between Christmas and New Year's, I saw an uptick in showings because I'm listing heavy, not buyer heavy. Love working with buyers, and so does the team. But I have mainly listings, and so I get to kind of see a lot of what's going on in the market by just how many people are viewing homes. And so in between Christmas and New Year's, I saw a higher level of showings quickly, and then it died off at New Year's for a couple of days. But in the last 3 days, the last 3 days, even New Year's Day, I've had 9 showings just on a couple listings. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but before Christmas, I didn't have 9 showings on 8 listings in over a month.
Yeah.
So just seeing that in 3 days tells me, okay, it's the new year. People are setting their goals. People are understanding it's the new year. They're understanding that interest rates are dropping because they have dropped twice. They went up a little and they dropped again. But I think now all the talk is becoming reality. People are seeing that the Fed has dropped the rate. People are seeing that it's the new year. People get excited in the new year. They want to put their money somewhere. They don't want to miss out. So I'm predicting that this is going to be a much better year. I don't think it's going to be anything like 2020, 2021. But I do think it's going to be I would say easily, if I had to guess, 30 to 40% better when it comes to the real estate side, just on what we see transactionally and production wise. But I think 2025 is going to be a massive year because you always have a rebuilding year and a growth year, right? So 2023 was bad. A lot of people lost a lot of money. And so I think 2024 is going to be a year of rebuilding and people collectively gaining their funds back while also stepping out and purchasing. And then 2025, a lot of people are going to have their funds recouped and they're really going to get out and buy, sell. We're going to have more inventory. I'm part of a core group with Shattuck Homes. Shout out to Shattuck Homes. They're amazing. There's 16 of us that they take us to lunch, take us to dinner, but just to get our ideas and thoughts. And if anybody's watching this that owns a Shattuck or that's looking to buy a Shattuck, my advice was to go back to putting solid core doors in all their luxury homes. So you're welcome. But they spent 2023 as a building year for 2024 of purchasing land because they're not slowing down because they still sold consistently in 2023. So their thought process was, well, if interest rates are coming down, the economy is coming back a little bit, the bond market is getting better. Why would we not buy a bunch of land to build more homes?
Yeah.
So you have builders thinking like this. And so that's going to create a lot more inventory towards Q3 and Q4 of the end of the year, and then a lot in 2025. So there's going to be a lot more inventory available, which is one of the main reasons we don't have a lot of business, because nobody wants to leave their house. They have nowhere to go. So I think 2024 is going to be collectively a very, very good year. Again, if you're on the sidelines and waiting for those interest rates to drop to the bottom, I'll say this in the nicest way possible, but you're wrong. The only way that you're right is, understandably, if you can't afford the payment with the interest rate. Completely understand you shouldn't buy, because you don't want to go house broke. I don't ever like to see clients buy homes and just go house broke. It doesn't make the home ownership aspect enjoyable. But if you can afford the payment at the interest rate right now, or even with a small buy down, do it. Because I can guarantee you, call me a liar if it doesn't happen, I will give up my real estate license as soon as those rates drop into the mid to low fives. It's going to be hard to get a home again.
Yeah. The reason why it's going to be hard to get a home again, right? Is like, you have all people on a bench, just like Travis said, right? They're waiting. They think, I'll just wait. I'll just wait. I'll keep waiting. Once they drop, then I'll go buy. But then that's when it's the hardest time to go buy a house, because someone else is going to be looking at the exact same home, and then you're going to be battling with them and paying more money for the value of the home, when really you could have had the home already and refinanced when that other person came off the market, and you would have been ahead of them already. So that's what he's talking about when it comes to buying and affording the home at the current rate, and then refinancing when you feel like it's the best time for you and your financial needs.
Yeah. I explained it to somebody like this the other day, because they were on the fence. And I do, honestly, I have some buyers that just can't afford right now with the higher interest rate, unless you can get a big buy down. So I get it. But I explained to my other clients that can afford it, they just want the lower rate and the better deal.
Yeah.
Well, what I explained to them was, take a luxury car. Not everybody can buy that luxury car, right? And that's why they're held to a higher standard. Now, much better quality between a Ferrari and a Nissan, just in the manufacturing. But if a Ferrari was priced to where everybody could buy it, you wouldn't have any Ferraris, because everybody would want one. Well, right now we're kind of in that aspect of not everybody can buy a home right now because of the interest rates, because they're a little higher. They've come down. So the people that can buy one should, because then once it does become affordable for the masses, you're going to be competing against everybody. It's going to be like the mall on Christmas morning or Christmas Eve morning. It's packed.
Yeah, it's a slam. To be walking down the streets, there's realtors and there's clients walking around, bumping shoulders.
Oh yeah, we'll get back there. And to answer your question again, I did talk to a lender friend yesterday, and he said over the past, I told you 3 days, but I thought about it, it was really over the past like 9 days. He's had more applications for approvals than he had in the last 35 days.
Oh wow,
so that's just in the last 9 days. So lenders are starting to see people jumping off the bench, getting off the sidelines, putting their helmet on, and they're getting ready to buy, whether they actually can qualify or not. It's kind of like we tell people, hey, if you're not ready to buy, let's have a conversation. You start with a conversation. Yeah. So you've got a lot of people right now starting to have that conversation to see if it's feasible for them to buy. And what I tell a lot of my potential clients is, most people don't know what they can afford. Some people say, oh, there's no way I could buy a house right now. A lot of times that's wrong. Yeah. Programs that are out there with what we can, as a buyer's agent representing you, what we can do with the other side of it, what we can get a lot of times. See, I'm stuttering too. It's New Year's. It really is feasible to be able to buy whenever people don't know they can. So these people that are already having that conversation on January 4th with these lenders, they're going to be ahead of the person that tries to buy in March or April, and they're going to get the better price, which means they're going to have a lower tax payment for the history of that home. When they refinance out, they're going to refinance on that lower price, which is going to make their mortgage lower than somebody that buys it at the higher price. Now they have the lower tax rate, and they're gaining more equity now because they bought it at the lower price during the higher interest rate time. Yeah. So overall, again, not a sales tactic. If you, in the nicest way, again, if you're smart in any way, the numbers are there. It makes sense.
Yeah, you can go on the Google machines and start looking up questions. Check our our references of what we said. With him saying, the battlefield of the market in the real estate is going to be continuing to go up. we have a lot of companies still moving to the DFW area. So what that does, it's still going to drive more demand for homes because employees are going to be here moving from out of state. Yes, people still want to come to the great lone state of Texas for all the benefits that come with that. So we're still going to have an influx of companies and people moving into the state, just like he said earlier. People might not have sold the home because they didn't know where to go because the inventory wasn't going up as much. Builders are buying more land. They're still building, but at the same time, once the interest rates come down, there's going to be people coming from other states too. They're going to be competing with you for the same house that you would like to have. So,
and think about it this way: I can tell you just between two communities here in North Texas. And when I say North Texas, north of Frisco, there's two communities that have now released that between the two, there's going to be 10,350 homes built by 2026. So that's over 10,000 homes. That's why a lot of people are attracted to our area, is because we have land mass that's actually being developed. Now, that's good and bad. I know a lot of states, they don't want to be developed, and I don't want them to be either because I like to go enjoy those places. But it is what it is. Here, we're developing a lot of our land. And so by 2025, 2026, just in our 15-mile area, I can almost guarantee you there's going to be over 20,000 homes built in the next 2.5 years.
yeah.
And that's a fact. So that's inventory that's coming.
That's one thing. If you have any questions about the North Texas area, you can definitely contact Travis or anyone on the Hitt group. We specialize in the North Texas area. So if you're looking for a home, a new build, we definitely have the inside knowledge on that because we live in it. So give us a call.
That's right.
Or text or comment down below and we can help you out with that. So the other things in the market, in DFW, there has been a lot of development in just the communities. They are making these communities so nice with there's multiple communities making these big lagoons. Himself lives in a community that has an amazing, looks like he's in the Bahamas, and it's just massive. What is it? How many acres of a pool is it?
It's a 1/4 acre pool. It's 10,000 gallons of water. It's got three white sandy beaches. It's pretty incredible for a normal residential neighborhood. It does look like you're in the Caribbean until you look behind and you see the Texas trees. But there's 3 other communities within a 25-minute drive that are building lagoons now.
Yeah,
so you're right.
That's amazing because my brother himself as well is looking in the North Texas community areas, and he's trying to pick out which one he would like the best with all the trails and all the amenities, the gyms, and these communities are really cool. So they're developing a lot of those up in the North Texas area. I think they're amazing. So if you have questions, please reach out. Other things in the DFW market, would you like to hit on, Travis? As far as like the 2024 predictions, the DFW real estate market?
I mean, I can talk all day, but it comes down to it's the same stuff everybody's hearing. It's just whether or not we listen or not. We can all hear something, but you have to listen and act on it. I mean, the stats are there, the analytics are there, the inventory is coming. We've already had an increase in inventory, but 2024 is going to be a great year to buy. I know we say that every year. We said it in 2023, and it was one of the worst years, but it was one of the best years to buy because of the lower prices, because of the higher interest rates. So when agents are over here saying it's the best year to buy, it's the best year to sell, yes, some people are saying it and they have no idea what they're talking about. But 2023 was one of the best years you could buy as a buyer. And then 2024 is going to be a great year as a buyer and as a seller because there's going to be a lot more inventory, which helps both parties. And interest rates aren't super low, but they're coming down. So it's a good time for buyers to get in as they're coming down. And then it's a great time for sellers because you're going to have a place to go. And now that interest rates are coming down, it's going to create that competition, which is going to allow sellers to be happy with what they get. So it's kind of, in my opinion, it's going to kind of be a year to where it's good for both sides. 2023 was definitely a buyer's year. 2019 to 2021, early 2022 is definitely a seller's time frame. So collectively together, I think buyers and sellers are both going to have, it's going to be a great year this year.
All right. So that's, this show is really to guide you in the right direction. And I hope we did a little bit of that on a personal level please read the comments down below of this show. I think, Travis, do you have anything else to say to these beautiful people that are listening and watching?
We love you, whether we know you or not. We're breathing. Let's make something of it. It's still early in the year. Set those goals. Let's have an incredible year. It's your choice.
Awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys lending your eyes and ears for this show. And when you think about real estate leadership. Bye.